Hey everybody, this is Tomo42. Welcome to another training video on the Coin Compendium. This one is going to be about entering ended sightings. So when we list coins, then they'll either expire, they'll be sold at auction, or they'll sell on a buy it now or best offer. One of the downsides of eBay is that it doesn't automatically notify us of when that happens. So we have to go through and enter these ended sightings. So the menu that I'm on right now is the sighting list query. You can access this from the main page. There's a link that says Find Sightings in that bullet point list that's in the middle of the main page. So I just need to enter a couple things. I just need to enter the type number. CCT405 would be the parent type for all modern Chinese coins. And then you need to check the widget box. So I've gone through that. I've paged through a couple different pages. You can see I'm starting on coin number 131. So I've gone through 13 pages here. And then I saw this. Auction has ended. That's the thing that tells you that this auction needs an ended sighting. So I'm going to open two different tabs. One is going to be the eBay listing. And I'll open a new tab here. That's the link above the widget. And then I will open the sighting page, which is the first link below the widget. So, we're on the sighting page. This is the active sighting. Now, this listing is no longer active, so we need to add a similar sighting. So, click and add a sighting like this, first link under the tools box. And that will pre-fill most of the information for you. We only need to change a couple things. First thing to change is we need to change the sighting type. So, we go over to eBay, and it says sold. So, that means, obviously, it was sold. If it were expired and didn't sell, or if the seller had pulled the listing, it would say ended right here instead of sold. But we know this one's sold, so we're going to click that. Sale ended, sold. Now, for auction, purchase, or best offer, the way to tell that, on the third line here, at least right now, eBay does change its format around, it says sold for. Anytime it says that, that means it's either a purchase or a best offer. If it says winning bid, then it'll be an auction. Okay, this one says sold for $6.99. So we'll just copy that, and then we'll compare that to the price from the original sighting. Now, since it's sold for, it's either going to be purchase or best offer. Because the price that was pre-filled from the active sighting matches the same price that we just copied, that means somebody bought it at the asking price. If this price were less than the original price listed from the active sighting, then it would be a best offer. Anytime you enter the ended sold sighting type, this box will pop up on the price line. It'll be ×1. Now, the only time that applies is if there are multiple coins sold, and it'll say right here next to the sold amount, 2 coins sold or 5 coins sold or whatever. If it doesn't say anything, it's just 1. Currency, quantity, venue, eBay item, you don't have to worry about any of that typically. Sighting date, you do have to worry about though. So if we expand this help, there's a conversion that we need to do from eBay time to UTC time. eBay time uses the Pacific time in the U.S., which is on the West Coast, and the Coin Compendium uses UTC time. So you can, if you want, you can go through the time zone converter, or you can just use this trick right here. You add 7 hours for PDT, or 8 hours for PST. That's daylight savings or standard time, which is a rather silly tradition that the U.S. still uses. So we look at the time here. It's 16:23. That's the time of day on April 18th that this auction ended. It's PDT, so we need to add 7 hours to that. So 16 plus 7 is 23. Now, 23 is less than 24. 24 is the midnight changeover from one day to the next. So because this is less than 24, after we add the number of hours, this listing ended, in fact, on April 18th. If you add 7 to the time of day and you get something over 24, that means it's actually the next day. So if it had been April 18th, 2012, 18:23:37, then we would actually enter the date as April 19th, because it would be the following day in UTC time. But once we figure all that out, we click on sighting date. It brings up a little calendar, and we click the day that it ended. So that's a major difference between ended sightings and ongoing sightings. Ongoing sightings, you always just put in the current time of day. Ended sightings, you put the day that it actually ended. Because we could be putting stuff in years later, and we want to make sure that we have an accurate reflection of when it was actually sold. Location you don't have to worry about. It'll be automatically copied from the active sighting, and we click Save Page. And then once that saves and comes up, we can see that under sighting type it says sale ended sold. That's correct. The price was $6.99. That matches the widget, so that's good. Although for best offers, they won't always match the widget display. And then under most recent sighting, we have the CC number, which is good. What that tells us is that this sighting that we just put in is the most recent information for that particular coin. And that's what we want to see. So just one other thing. This yellow bar will tell you whether it has ended and if there's a potential reason. If it says this seller has, or this listing has ended because it is no longer for sale, that means that it would be a sale ended unknown. So that's just a little tip. That can happen when the seller pulls the listing for any reason, and because we don't know the reason, we just put it down as unknown. If it says this listing has ended, and it says ended right here on this little tag across the image, then we would just say it was unsold. But then all the date stuff is the same, whether it's for a sold or unsold ended listing. And that's it. Hope this helps. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me in the help chat, the coin chat now right here, or you can drop me a line on Live Business Chat or the China Coin Forum. Thanks.